Welcome to Thursday. Hello, Bill. Hello,
Hi.
Marco. Hello, Barbara. Tess. See if my thing works. It's working pretty good. Okay, so today, hello, working. So today we're going to look at colors that you would see around you for summer. So any colors that you might have. I picked out some colors of how I perceive summer right now, which in Seattle is 90 degrees, which for us is unbelievably hot. May not be hot for where you're at, but for here it is just hot. So I kind of picked some colors that I think describe that. If you have any colors that describe where you're at, I'd love to see them. Behind me, see if I go to the video. Actually, you can just say hi from behind. Giovanni is behind me. Giovanni and Letizia are in from Italy.
Yay.
So right now they're in Washington via Italy. So there's Letizia.
Nice room.
And then Giovanni is here with me. The two babies are downstairs. So it's good to see all of you. So no set colors, just kind of the colors that you think when you think of summer. For everybody on Facebook, I can't see you today, so I appreciate you coming today. And I'll ask Ethel and Angela if they would ask to go over any questions. So I chose some colors. I'd like to see, and if you don't have the colors, maybe you can say what the colors that you think about summer are. For me here in Seattle, I kind of think pyrrole red because it's just hot. And when I think hot, I think like a pyrrole orange or a pyrrole red, which I'm going to be showing here in a second. I also think I live behind, I'm about 400 feet in elevation from Seattle. And behind me is a forest. I live in behind Cougar Park, which is about a 6,000 acre forest. And so I see greens, which are quite beautiful. I see all types of greens, not only from deciduous, but for evergreens. So I also think greens. When I'm coming down from where I live in the distance, I can see the Puget Sound, you know, so it's not quite blue, but I can't help but picking up blues. So I picked two blues because I see that on my way down. In summer, it's very easy to see the sound. And then yellows, and I think yellows are just, I don't really see any yellows. I see oranges in my flowers in the backyard. Don't really see any yellows, but yellows make me happy. And I think for me, summer's a very happy time. It's one of my favorite seasons. So I pick yellow because yellow just makes me feel kind of good. If I was in California where I grew up, I would be choosing a lot of browns because everything in Southern California where I lived was brown, desert looking, except for the ocean. In Huntington Beach, we're probably 5 miles away from the ocean. So you'd see those blues. But those are my colors. I'm gonna play with those today. And Angela, what'd you pick?
Me, because I live in the Mediterranean Sea, as you know, for me, it's the colors of the Mediterranean, which is this one. This is the cobalt teal blue, the manganese blue hue, the other one, phthalo blue and phthalo green for our turquoise blue waters. And then the browns and the yellows for the beach, also buff titanium for the sand, and the sunsets, opera pink, quinacridone gold, and then of course the greens because we have a lot of green around us, and I choose the green apatite and the phthalo green. So that's it, more or less. And the hematite burnt scarlet for some rocks. These are my summer colors.
Very neat. So is that a luminescent?
No, which one? This one?
No. Third from the right.
Oh no, that's buff titanium. This one?
Yeah, okay.
That's buff titanium. It's very nice as a sand color.
Yeah.
mixed with the, with this, with the hematite burnt scarlet, this more for the rocks, for the darker for the rocks. And then for the sky, I can use also lavender and white. We'll see what we'll do. I will do something with this. Of course, ultramarine we cannot miss ultramarine, can we?
Yeah, I didn't pick ultramarine, but it's my favorite color, so I'll just see what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's see, how about you, Belle? Did you pick some colors? Your speaker's off.
Right now, luminescent white is my favorite because it reminds me of ice.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And I need it. 90 degrees is hot.
It is hot. Yeah, I
Good
agree
to
with that.
do what you don't have, to paint what you don't have, what you wish for.
What I wish for. A nice snow scene.
I was gonna say to use that color too for the Pacific Northwest for Mount Rainier.
That's true. It does still have snow on it.
It does, it always does. Some of the other mountains don't, but that does.
Yeah. well, the
Mount Baker does too.
Yeah.
I'm up in Everett, so I see Baker.
I look out over the Olympic Peninsula, so it's all barren now of snow.
Yeah, well done. Love that. Thinking of snow makes me feel less hot.
And I would choose the Carbazole Violet, maybe some French Ultramarine for the mountains. I love the mountains in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And I do love the new King's blue. King's Royal Blue. That's
Yeah,
a pretty
King Royal
color.
Blue. I
Nice
did that
sky.
one because of Yan Min. And how about you, Ashley? Your speaker's off. There we go.
Hi. I mean, I put together a little palette last year. It's in this Bob Ross Altoid tin. And it's kind of my earthy, my Idaho colors. I live in Idaho. And I've got the transparent yellow, brown, and red oxides. Those are fantastic for the mountains, for so many things. I've got Quin Sienna, Deep Scarlet, Minnesota Pipestone Genuine is a good one. And Cascade Green. And one that's less popular that I love so much for doing like landscapes and stuff is the German Greenish Raw Umber.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I heard an artist describe it as duck poo once. I mean, she's not wrong, but I love it for the forest and whatnot.
Very cool. God, I haven't been to Idaho for years. I used to go every single year because, we're neighbors. You're so close. And it's a very beautiful place.
John, we also have in the room Sabine.
Yes. And Sabine, how about you?
I live in Switzerland and it's very easy. You just need the yellow for the sunflowers and the corn. You need a little bit red for some apples and some fruits, and you need much greens and a little bit English red for the cows and maybe a little bit Aussie red for the sky and 2 blues for the mountains. And when you all mix together, you have enough stuff to draw. something from Switzerland.
Which blues are you using?
I used the ultramarine blue. I love this color very much. And the Indantron blue.
Ah,
That's a pretty color.
Yeah,
It's a strong
Sabine,
color.
what yellow is that?
please. Pardon.
Yeah, what yellow is that?
Yellow. I have the aureolin.
Orioline.
Yes.
Is that the cobalt yellow?
Nope.
But
But
Sabine, I always
sometimes I
imagine-
have the Mars yellow. That's a nice yellow too. Okay, the Mars yellow. It's okay too. That's my colors.
Sabine, I always imagine Switzerland very green. You didn't talk about the greens, right?
Yes. And I have the rare green earth.
Huh.
It's a very good green for the tons. And the green appetite, it's remember me on the forest. And the cobalt green, it's mixed with the Mars yellow. That's the grass everywhere.
Fantastic.
Very cool. We get sunflower here too, but it's grown by people that want to sell the actual flowers versus as a crop. I would think they would be amazing to see them as a crop, just acres and acres and acres and acres of them. Okay. Barbara, how about you? Your speaker. There we go.
I don't have them. They're like this, and they're all in Ziploc bags
That's fine.
around my
Yeah.
room. But serpentine, yellow gold, green apatite for sure, and rare green earth, very good for, and cascade for pine trees. I also like the buff titanium for the sand, although I mix mine. I was doing it this morning. I don't have them with me here, but to do sand sort of on the dunes, I like to put the tiger's eye genuine with the buff titanium. And for the sea, I like the more muted colors. I love lunar blue. It's something I use pretty much for every kind of blue I need. I love mine genuine for the ocean, for those days when it's not rough. Yellow, I don't use very many yellows, although I have a bunch. I'm fond of Hansa medium.
Yeah.
Well, Aussie red gold is a terrific color. So those are my colors. I don't
Very
have a lot
nice.
of warm tones.
So you like the
Actually,
granular-
I just did a really nice painting this morning, finished it with the I forget what it is. It's a rose color. It's ultramarine rose.
Oh,
That's
Rose
like
of
Rose of
ultramarine.
ultramarine.
Rose
That's
of
a
ultramarine.
really beautiful
Yeah.
flower color.
Very nice.
I'll post that picture when I get it home tomorrow.
Very nice. Thank you.
Mhm.
And Marco, how about you?
Hello from
Hi.
Germany. Hi. It's my first day here, and my
Well,
English
welcome.
not so good. I hope that it's okay for you.
It's okay.
My colors that are working. I'm just changing all my colors actually, but I'm missing a lot. But currently, the mostly working when with warm tones from the earth, and I like burnt sienna, burnt umber, alizarin crimson. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. And for the yellow, for the yellow, I am used most of the times with lemon yellows.
Wow.
That. And when I'm work in the sky, I love cobalt blue with mix from ultramarine.
Okay.
That's
Very nice.
mostly the spot I work in.
So how about the lemon yellow? That's a really nice bright yellow. What do you use the lemon yellow for?
The lemon yellow,
Yes.
this one. Hmm?
Yes. Yes.
For flowers, or
Oh.
I would mixing with the green tone.
Okay. Very nice. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you to you.
So right here, and then I'll go to Giovanni, who's behind me. This right here is bismuth. It's kind of a darker yellow. This is the permanent red. The permanent series are called permanent because it's what Winsor Newton had 30 years ago when we started doing watercolor. So we kind of looked at kind of what we thought was the best out there and then went from there. So permanent red. Phthalo. This is phthalo green. This is the blue shade. And
John,
this is,
sorry,
yes.
we may have to, just for this while, we might switch the cam so that
Oh.
we'll see what you're
So you're
trying to
seeing
show.
not seeing Giovanni.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
we go. Okay. Okay, so this
Thank
is
you.
bismuth yellow. This is the permanent red. Kind of like that. This is the phthalo green. This is the pyrrole scarlet. It's a little bit lighter here in front of me than it is on the screen. And this is the Prussian green, kind of like the Prussian green.
Another good one.
I have so far. I think I picked out 13. Giovanni, how about you? I'm gonna flip over to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Gio.
Hi.
Gio in Seattle.
Rotate the camera.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do it this way. See it better. There we
Yeah,
go. So
Thank
that's
you.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you, John, for this opportunity behind you.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
This is my little selection for represent my city, my land. I live in Italy, near only 5 kilometers near the Tyrrhenian Sea, before the Mediterranean, and these 4 colors represented the land, 2 colors the sky, the shadow of sky, and this color the hill behind my house. Yes. The first color is Queen Sienna. Perfect. The beautiful yellow ochre. The majestic Queen Gold. And the one of my favorite yellow, Orioline, cobalt yellow. For the sky, is ultramarine blue and cobalt blue. I think the ultramarine represents many places in the world. And for the green is green. Representing this shade of my city. Sienna.
I didn't understand what green was your green, Giovanni.
Green.
Spring green.
A spring, okay.
The yellow ochre with the Queen Gold is the shade of the dunes in my sea. the national park near my city. Shade.
John Rahul Chakraborty from India, who's living now in Portugal, is saying hello. He's
Oh, hello.
missing- Yeah, he's missing Daniel Smith, he says.
The Coriolis, one of my favorite yellow for the little cool shade. And
Wow.
the sky is the beautiful ultramarine. And cobalt blue.
It's a pretty color.
And for the here for the trees behind my house is the spring green. For the light green and mixing, for example, with ultramarine blue or dark. And created a beautiful shade representing my land. Or yellow ochre with ultramarine blue for another dark green. Little yellowish. This is a shade of my land.
Very nice.
Thank you, John.
You're very, very welcome. We can tell it's 85 degrees in here, can't you? Okay. So somebody else also said Aurelian, I think it might have been Barbara. What about the Aurelian do you like, Gio?
Hey, John,
What about the Aurelian do you like? How do you use it?
the Aurelian?
Yep.
Usually I use for the first layer of all the light. It's all the yellow before I use all the yellow. And in the last month, for example, I use it for the eye light without another yellow. Only the Aurelian is perfect for my light.
And Letiza, are you painting stuff out as well?
I think.
I don't know. She can't take it off the speaker.
Speaker off.
There she goes. So what colors are you using, Letiza? Any colors?
For me now here, for the temperature, I would choose the Yavapai Genuine. And light blue is lapis lazuli for the sky, and the surrounding the landscape. There is a lot of trees that are dark green. Maybe I can use the some Primatex like maybe some green apatite and some diopside together, and I can get the trees. So that's it.
Okay.
So diopside, green apatite, and lapis lazuli. Gibbside, Green Apatite.
That's neat to have you only.
Per
what,
the leg. Dietro.
Very nice.
I mean the Primatech line, Trina.
Yes.
There are tubes with the P letter.
Yeah, the Permatex.
You're welcome.
Okay. So let me see here. Go back to this for a second. All right, so these three, this is Viridian. Viridian, I kind of see that in my backyard. I see this and this in my backyard in the conifers. And then this is the CAD, red medium. And this one is the jadeite, kind of like the jadeite, I like the granulation. It's really, really interesting. It's kind of, when I look at the conifers in the backyard, they're never just, pure green. There's always ones that are lighter, newer than the other ones, or how light's hitting them. It kind of looks more like this to me anyway. And then here we have the organic vermilion and the pyrrole orange. Just, I don't see these anywhere. They just make me feel like summer. They're kind of like the ultramarine. These just make me feel really happy. Especially being in a state in the United States that has so much overcast and so much fog most of the year. Seeing bright colors is always pretty awesome. Okay, so let's see who else is painting along.
I see Sabine.
Okay, let's see Sabine.
Sabine, I think your mic is, oh, it's not off. Okay, there you go. It's just
Giovanni
Yes,
is there,
okay.
Sabine.
I just make the sky with ultramarine blue and the aureolin and with the quinacridone pink here. And then I make a mixture between the quinacridone pink and ultramarine blue, and I go to make the hills here, and then I mix all together for a gray. And now I use the German earth, not the raw green earth, for the tans. And so I'm building a little bit. The landscape. And here can use the brush, and I go a little bit in the yellow and a little bit in the blue, and my tans change the color, and it goes in front.
In all the mixing.
Oh,
So it's just, I love to mix the colors and put it together like a big community so they can live and can speak together. And I just want to test it out if I can take a little bit grass. When you look in the mountains and it's very early in the year, so you have a fantastic color in the grass. It's very green and I want to take that feeling on the paper. And then I make the brush a little bit more dry, not so I can form the foreground. And between, I must set a little bit gray for some stones. I love the grays when you put the colors together.
Which gray is that, Sabine?
That
Yes.
it's a mix between ultramarine blue and aureoline. And a little bit red, just a brush tip of red inside. And so I see I must make the tans a little bit bigger. And here's the rare green earth. It's a very a very good color for mountains and the tans here. You say tans, or that the special trees in the mountains, you call it tans? How you call it?
Call them pine trees.
Pardon?
Pine trees?
Pine trees. Pine trees to
I think you're painting.
Christmas trees?
You're
Yes,
painting. I think you're painting hemlocks.
Conifers. They don't lose their, I think they're called conifers.
So I can think about it if this is, maybe it's snow. And I can go here a little bit more higher. And I love it when it's just wet on this side, and it's a little bit dizzy or foggy, and here it's where you can't see it very good, and you can work it out. And sometimes you can go, I love to go in the color and take it out from the paper to create other things.
Awesome. Thank you, Sabine.
You're welcome.
We'll come back in a second. Angela, can you show, I know you've been working up and seeing your artwork there. Can you show us?
Yes. I'm doing a scene of our sea, which is the sky, the sea, and leaving some space for the boat, and a rock. So this is very much like our landscape. I used here I used a mix of white, lunar blue, and lavender. And this,
Nice.
wait a minute. Yeah, like that. Okay. And the sea is basically ultramarine blue, and then manganese and some green, some phthalo green for the turquoise waters. And I'm going to paint now the sand here in this buff titanium mixed with some yellow or a bit of this is the hematite burnt scarlet. The rock is done in the hematite burnt scarlet and also the hematite only. And I think I used, yes, I used these bloodstone also. Can you see the granulation?
Nice. Very nice.
Fantastic, the granulation. Huh? Yeah, that's the hematite burnt scarlet that does this. And of course, bloodstone also. And I love this texture on the rocks. So here I will proceed with the buff titanium, and then this color, but very diluted here. And there are some more rocks here. So that's my summer landscape.
Very nice. Thank you, Angela.
That's very nice. Yes.
And then Rajat, can you show, I know we talked about yours, and yours is also what you see in the shopping. Can you show your artwork and talk about it?
Certainly. Thank you. See, I'm making a series of works, and incidentally, it matches with the, the summer theme. So this is this is the ongoing job which I'm doing. It's not yet completed, but here I've used, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, then Prussian blue, Payne's gray. So these are the summer colors which I found as far as my works are concerned. Of course. Thank you.
Very nice.
So,
Rajat, what color blue was that?
this is ultramarine.
Ultramarine. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So
Very nice. Yeah, very
thank
nice.
you. Thank you. So still the work is on. It's not yet completed. So,
Yeah, it's very pretty. Nice work.
thank you. Thank you.
And so Mohammed, I saw you as well on the view. What are your colors of summer? But you gotta turn your speaker on. You gotta turn your speaker on, Mohammed. I think we lost him.
And he's just stepped out.
Okay. So these are the last three colors that I chose for today. And let me turn on the video.
Yeah.
There we go. And they are the Pyro Red. And this right here is, these are both Phalos. This is Phthalo Blue Red shade. And I really love this one. This is the Phthalo Blue, and this is the green shade.
Yeah,
And
pretty.
it's so, this is really pretty. I mean, I love ultramarine blue, but this is so blue. And then this one right here has that lightness to it. It's hard to see on the camera tries to, I don't know what it tries to do. It must be some weird algorithm it has, but it's actually quite beautiful, this blue.
John, aren't all the phalos what's transparent? That's maybe why you get that edge.
Some of them are, that's probably true. Yeah, definitely unbelievably staining. I mean, they've been stained my plastic. I don't know if you can see it, but they even stained the plastic. They're just tough, but they're beautiful. And I know somebody, it might have been you, Barbara, somebody mentioned that or you, Rajat, in Danthrone Blue. And Danthrone Blue is also just a really pretty color.
It is, but I don't use it that much. I need to
Yes,
figure out
these
what
are
to use.
beautiful colors. Pigments are so good.
It reads in the index, the light index of the C-Lab, 0 to 99. It reads actually quite low because it covers the paper so very, very, very well. When you hit it with a spectrophotometer, you don't get a lot of light bouncing back. So it's a very interesting, beautifully darkish blue. But those are kind of my favorite. I mean, I love the oranges. They make me they're just happy colors.
For sure.
There's something about colors that just can change your world. I had a comment from somebody, and it was from customer service. I read all through all the customer service responses. So if you've sent one in, then I've seen it because I read them all. And they were talking about quinacridones no longer being available. And at some point that probably will happen, but right now they're available. The quinacridone gold being the exception to that. And the one that was just recently canceled, which is the burnt orange. But we have close to 20 years worth of pigment. We keep that much in stock just so we have continuity of color. But the quinacridones are still out there, except for those two.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, pigments are it's much of it's because of industry, but the biggest player of all is certainly the car industry. And as consumers are very fickle, we like quinacridone gold, 1 decade, we don't like it the next, so they quit making it. But there's some, I don't know if you've seen out lately, but there's some beautiful colors on cars out there, and it's like, wow, we're always testing pigments in-house to see how different they are and would they add anything to the mix that we have now. So we do have 44, actually more than that. We're gonna have 52 new gouache colors coming out in November. And I think next week what I'll do is I will show you some of those because I have the drawdowns of them, so I can show them to you. They're very interesting. I think they're very interesting. Okay, so Mohammed, before you walked out, do you have your colors of summer?
Remember that we met in Italy, and
yes, of course.
Yes. And you have given me that blue color.
Yeah, we talked about South Africa.
No. We went in Verona.
Yes, but we talked about South Africa and how you played golf in South Africa.
I recently visited Karachi, and I did a painting there, and I'll show it to you. Don't know whether you could see.
Oh yeah.
That's a desert there in Pakistan, very south of Pakistan.
Oh, that's a nice color. Yeah.
And I use that quinacridone burnt orange.
Oh.
And there was another one. Moon Glow,
Moon Glow, yes.
yeah, and Yin Min Blue.
Yemen Blue. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Remember you gave it to me? That
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, so I used that as well on that. And there was some touches with the pyrrole orange on that woman.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the light hits that, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, those colors pop.
And you will be surprised that for the first time, I used the Joseph 3 grays as well. And
yes?
Moon Glow in one of my painting, which is going for the Watercolor Society of Ireland exhibition next month.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. That is
Interesting
our
that you
very
use
famous
those.
Heart Bridge.
Where's that at?
That is in Dublin.
In Dublin, okay.
Yeah, it is known as the Harp Bridge.
Hart Bridge.
Harp, H-A-R-P, Harp.
Oh,
That's
Hart
it.
Bridge, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that
yeah.
makes sense, yeah.
That you could see on our Guinness. That is the insignia of the Guinness drink.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for
Well-
sharing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So John, which of the quinacridons did you say was not being produced anymore?
We had run out, I bought probably 17 years worth of the quinacridone gold, and we ran out of that about 3 or 4 years ago. But we have a blend that very closely matches that. Then the one they just came out with and said they're no longer going to make is the quinacridone burnt orange. But we have
Oh,
18 years or 19 years worth of that pigment as well.
okay, because
It's a
I'm really
beautiful
getting into the quinacridones for my flower paintings.
So once they run out, we have decades worth of it after that.
Okay,
Just so we make sure we have continuity of color. They are really beautiful. You know, the thing about them is that they're transparent and also staining, which you don't always get.
Mhm.
yeah, I just started a fuchsia painting this morning with the quinacridone rose, lilac, and gold.
How far are you?
Well, I could show it to you. It's not very far.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Love to see it. So we have one of the youngest artists watching with Letizia, her son. And the youngest artist, I think right now, who's joined us at 7 years old. Tomorrow's 7 years old. So
I'm
he's,
not
he's
very, oh, well, you know, I'm not really very far along, and I'm not even sure you can see this. It's the color. Oops, the color is not very dark yet. So it's just,
nope, see the outlines though. Yeah.
yeah. I'm doing 3 paintings, three photographs. It's let me show you the photograph. This is the photograph.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
Beautiful.
so,
Very
yeah,
nice.
but I just love the quinacridones. They're just beautiful.
They are.
Um,
They're very
I
good.
keep, that's what I was thinking, that this whole album is full of photographs or paintings of my roses and other flowers from my garden. So that was, for me, the colors of summer are the flower colors.
Very nice.
So,
Thank you,
yeah.
Lori.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, I think with that, tomorrow, put this up here so I can see all of you. Tomorrow, we have Carlos will be with us, and he's from Brazil. And I think he's going to be showing, I know he's a master at the gouache. So he'll probably be showing gouache. I don't know if any of you have experimented with the gouache, but they're very interesting. Different than watercolor, being a water media, but not a true watercolor. Very intense. I know Giovanni's been showing us all his paintings, as has Rajat. So I hope you can join tomorrow and ask questions. Avellino would be a phenomenal one to ask questions of, because he's a as a very, very good teacher, and he's very, very, very knowledgeable. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. It was great seeing you today. Thank you for sharing your perception of summer. It was wonderful to hear all the different dynamics. Thank you very, very much. And I hope
Thank
to
you,
see you
John.
either tomorrow or next
Thank
week. You're very
you.
welcome. Bye-bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
John.
Angela,
Thank
Bye.
you.
Angela,
Thank
your
you, Giovanni.